Hills 2026 is the Hills Shire's 20-year strategic direction. It represents the voice of our customers and was gathered throughout months of engagement and consultation with many different people within our community. While Hills 2026 is our picture of the future, the biggest challenge we face is making sure this future can become a reality and delivering outcomes that will benefit the community.
We were looking for a continuous improvement methodology that would allow us to measure any improvements that we were able to achieve. Whilst we've had a commitment to continuous improvement for many years, it hasn't had a measurement or a focus on outcomes. So whilst we've been confident we've been improving, there's no way that we can justify that or produce the data to substantiate it. Six Sigma is a methodology which allows you to do that. It's also a methodology which allows you to entrench into your culture the full concept of continuous improvement.
A recent organisational culture survey of the Hills Shire Council found that our staff have a strong desire to deliver good customer service. The behaviours that guide everything our staff does are teamwork, engaging leadership, customer service and empowerment.
Hills 2026 is our community strategic direction for the future of this local area, for our Shire. It describes what our community would like to see over the next 20 years. We developed that together with the community. We engaged them and did a whole lot of activities that helped them to have their say and to be involved in what those outcomes would be.
We held some early Kaizen workshops on how to improve recruitment processes. We used to advertise in newspapers and spend $250,000 doing it, and no one applies for jobs through newspapers anymore. Absolutely useless. We used to ask people to address the selection criteria and then take 16 weeks to put someone on. We cut all that rubbish out. People just send us a resume like the real world. We shortlist against that. Lost time injuries have dropped from sort of around a 400, 500 day mark to about a 150 day mark. All as a result of some early Six Sigma style Kaizen workshops.
We have the vision, voice of our customer and a strong desire for excellent customer service. What we needed was a way to make sure we could deliver. We realised we needed tools that would encourage staff to think creatively, challenge the way we have always done things and be more focused on the outcome for the customer.
When they're looking at solving problems is to basically ask themselves some questions before they jump to solutions. So we want them to be talking to the customer in the define phase. What is the voice of the customer? Agreeing what is the problem that needs to be rectified before they sort of look at the solution. Collecting some data in the measure phase, and in the analyse phase, looking at what are the root causes of the problem, and also looking outside as to where are the best practices, because sometimes they're not necessarily your neighbours. We sometimes have to apply a bit of lateral thinking to find where that might be.
Well, any organisation should be looking to improve the level of service it provides to its customers or its clients. Examples of the use of Six Sigma have been the ability to save $100,000 a year on our advertising, up to $100,000 a year on the way we redeploy and use computers and printers, and the list goes on and on. So the value of Six Sigma is in the outcomes that you can achieve.
Since we formally deployed a Six Sigma program in around 2008, Steve Davis has led the charge along with the group managers and the general manager Dave Walker. And again, there's thousands of dollars now being saved from community advertising bills. And I also understand projects not being done in full and on time or on budget and on time are something that the public certainly doesn't like, and seems to be improving all the time now, projects being done on budget and on time.
Our executive team researched other organisations that had been successful in implementing process improvements. Lean Six Sigma, a proven methodology in private industry and local government. With strong executive support, all staff were exposed to basic training and a selection of managers given more in-depth training to facilitate a culture that looked for solutions to problems.
Our objective was to reduce that number of errors, and we did actually, to start with, we just gathered the data, how many errors do we make, and then we did a session with whole of our team discussing the options. First made them clear that this is where we stand, and then gave a target where we want to go to achieve the target. And to achieve that target, we had to follow a process. We discussed the options with the team, what could be the possible option. And from those options, there were several, and we came to then 2 or 3 different target ones.
We commenced the journey, I guess, about 5 to 6 months ago, streaming from what the customers have basically been saying over a period of time. Community facilities is basically the interface for a lot of services and products that council has to offer. So be it, you know, the halls, the parks, the reserves, filming, visitor services. So there's a whole range of products that we deliver, and this particular team is the interface to a lot of those products and services.
The specific project that I've been working on has been a lot of fun. It's been a customer service project, and it's called Close the Loop. And what we're trying to do with Close the Loop is keep people informed all the time about their particular service request, so they know up front how long it's going to take for a particular service to be done, any changes to the schedule of that work, and actually when the job's done, we're going to get back in contact with them and say, check with them that we've actually done the job that they've asked to be done up front.
People from all over the organisation have been encouraged to get involved in projects that will generate solutions and improve current processes. The great thing about Six Sigma is that you don't have to be a manager. Everyone from every level can use the tools. This has empowered all staff to take responsibility for taking the opportunity to explore new ways of doing things.
Yellow Belts, as we call them, has received an award for Best Project Presentation, and other organisations, other councils have been asking questions as to how we did it. We've gone from a situation where we had that particular project where we would have many advertisements in the one newspaper scattered throughout, and we didn't have a very cohesive approach to the council communication to the public, and it's made a dramatic change, and other organisations have seen that change.
The marketing team was asked to come up with a way of explaining Six Sigma. We came up with the image of the butterfly emerging from the cocoon to represent the 5 stages of Six Sigma, which is define, measure, analyse, improve and control. And as each team works through each of those stages, they come up with a new idea and a new approach that emerges like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon.
They need to have this understanding that, well, if you make a mistake, that's fine, people do make mistakes, but these mistakes then can cost the organisation a lot of dollars in terms of lost time, having to rewrite tickets, having to follow the life of that pin where it's actually in the system. So it actually makes them think about the big picture.
Over a period of 3 years, we've managed to work with staff to, in their long day care program, to reduce the volume of staff hours in rosters per week. We've come down from 320 hours a week per centre down to 287, and our quality profile in terms of external assessments on a 2-year basis have been actually marginally improved in that situation.
With Six Sigma Pros, this has actually helped us to get the users together, hear their voices, and try to find a solution that will resolve the issue and they have a sense of ownership of it. Otherwise, if we just force them to do things, they may not like it and they may not do it, but if they really understand the problem behind it, they're willing to take ownership of it, and the solution will be long-lasting.
As the General Manager, my overall vision for the organisation that I adopted even before the introduction of Six Sigma has been to inspire the best performers to become the most efficient, effective and accountable customer service and strategic organisation in Australia, not just amongst councils, but amongst all organisations. And we've borne that out recently in that we've been successful with Six Sigma against a range of large multinational companies in a number of projects.
As an organisation, we are excited about change and the opportunity to learn and improve so that our customers receive the best possible value for money. Six Sigma is not only a tool to improve our processes and customer focus, it has been a culture change tool that has gathered our organisation together to achieve our vision. It has become a way of life and how we do things around here.